You pick the side, I just hope you gon' stand on it.
Welcome back to the Stand On It podcast, your favorite sports talk show where we bring you real conversations about the games we love, the NBA, the NFL, sometimes others, with no clickbait, no BS. Man, we getting straight to it.
Yes,
How you
sir.
feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. I appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of love on our YouTube shorts. We're getting a lot of engagement. We appreciate all the engagement. Also, want to give a quick shout out to my boy and my brother Isaiah Petrie for
Yes, sir.
letting me go to the camp that was hosted by a couple NFL players, Javon Holland, Elijah Varick Tucker, and Milo. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate Javon Holland giving me any of his time to do the blind ranking safeties. So I appreciate it, and we got more collabs coming. We got so many good things that's happening these next couple months, so y'all got to stay tuned, man.
Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thank you to all the folks who've been subscribing, who've been watching the videos, who've been liking the posts on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, who've been sharing and reposting. We appreciate you. Thank you for getting out there, taping
sir.
in the streets, live on location.
Yes, sir.
We got a couple more things planned, so y'all gonna see soon. My boy Tay out in the field.
Oh, yeah.
Man, a lot to talk about today. I think we're a little excited to get in the booth. Man,
Sure.
the NBA offseason has been live. It's been a lot of trades, a lot of signings. A couple we want to talk about. And first on the list, man, is what came through today. Kawhi to Toronto.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna just let you know what came through. So Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 unprotected first-round picks in 31 and 33. One pick swap and 2 second-round picks for Kawhi Leonard at this point.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Is that too much? What's
I
Toronto
think it's
getting?
fair. I mean, you're getting an all-star level player back in Brandon Ingram when his head is right, as far as, mentally and everything. Sometimes he could not rise to the occasion. Like in the playoffs, he had a bad playoff series against the Cavs this year. So, but they're trying to retool or rebuild. You got Darius Garland there. They just had a trade with James Harden. So, I mean, I guess they were just trying to dump off all their old stars. They got rid of Paul George, got rid of James Harden, got rid of Kawhi. Westbrook was there for a couple years, got rid of him. So maybe they're trying to start new and fresh. So I salute them because they're not going nowhere with Kawhi. So
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Maybe everybody thought Kawhi was going to stay in LA maybe for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
Given that's where he's from.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to be in Toronto in the first place. So I do think this is an interesting move. I don't know what the contract looks like at the moment, but
heard they trying to give him a 2-year extension, and I think they said it's a report out that he want to retire a Raptor. So we'll see.
That's interesting. Well, he went there. He won a chip. They got a nice little lineup. Scotty Barnes is an active player, man. Super utility. He's like a demon on the rebounds. Can defend.
Yeah.
Can stretch the floor a little bit. Can handle the ball.
And he could learn under Kawhi because he got all the defensive potential. He was second team all defensive team. So, he could definitely learn something from Kawhi Leonard, arguably one of the greatest defenders ever.
Yeah, they got the boy from Duke,
R.J. Barrett.
R.J. Barrett. They got
Emmanuel
quickly. I'm trying to think. I mean, Jakob Poeltl is nice, but they may need a little bit more in terms of somebody with some size.
Another thing, real quick,
with
too,
some height.
Sorry, cut you off. Is
No,
that
you're good.
honestly, in my opinion, I think Kawhi should have never left that team and to begin with. So it's coming back full circle with him going back there because if you look at that team that they had that beat the Warriors, they had all those players as either impact players on other teams right now or doing dirty work for the teams. Like you had Pascal Siakam, you had Norman Powell, you had OG Anunoby, you had Kyle Lowry, you had Kawhi Leonard, you
Van
had
Vliet.
Serge Ibaka, Van Vliet. Like that team was one of my 2K teams back in the day. So
That was a good team.
yeah, so he should have never left. He should at least ran it back with them and try to see if they could win again. But I like the move now, but I think it's too little too late in my opinion.
I agree. It's going to take a lot in the East. That's a good lineup they got over there
Yeah.
now. I just don't think that's enough. You're going to have a little bit more in the front court. And Kawhi is not young at this point in his career.
Health
so,
is like one of his biggest knocks,
Yeah, you're trying to you're praying for a full season of health, and I think you expect other guys, some of the young guys on their roster, to step up, and all of that is an unknown. So, I mean, I think it's a lot to give up. We're talking about 2 unprotected first, 1 pick swap, 2 second-round picks, and 2 players who are both young. One's an all-star. At this point, yeah, it's got to work for Toronto. And if you're the Clippers, Yeah, the Clippers. Hold on, I gotta read this to you. So for the amount of guys they gave up, so the Clippers traded Kawhi Leonard, James Harden,
Yep.
Zubac, and Kobe Brown,
Mm-hmm.
and they received for all these guys: Darius Garland, Benedict Mathurin, Keaton Wagler, Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, Isaiah Jackson, 6 first-round picks, 4 second-round picks.
Yeah, and then
That's masterful.
And what's crazy is Indiana did all that tanking because Halliburton was out the whole season, and they were supposed to get their first round pick. They thought, but they traded their first round pick for Zubac, and it was a top 5 protected pick, and it ended up being number 5. So, yeah, sorry for Indiana because they could have used a nice young piece for their team right now.
I like it. I mean, yeah. No, I hear that.
Yeah,
I hear that.
that's
this
sad.
This move, and we'll get off this in a second. I like this move for the Clippers. Your team gets younger. You have Garland. You have Mathurin. Now you have Ingram. You have a every team needs a white guy shooter. They have Grady Dick. They got a bunch of picks. I mean, at this point, you can pick and choose with some deals. You can pick and choose with the draft going the long term. But I think they put themselves in relatively good position.
Yes, sir.
Thinking ahead and trying to get ahead of you keep.
And they got Ty Lue as their coach.
Exactly, but when you keep all stars a little bit too long, you kind of you draw out that period where you can kind of get into the next phase of your organization.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Giannis to the Heat.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one. Tell me what you think first of all.
I'm
Before
gonna
we get
just
into
say all of these trades that we're talking about. The only one I might like the most is maybe the Kawhi trade, but I really don't like none of these trades that we're gonna get into. I feel like that didn't move the needle for any of these trades that's happening. But to speak on Giannis, and it's 2 parts I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Giannis side and the aspect for the team that didn't get Giannis in the Boston Celtics. So I'm gonna start with Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis been with the Bucks for 13 years, had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year, 1 Finals MVP, won the ring. So he already is solidified stamp. He probably has an argument to be the greatest Buck of all time, him or Kareem or Oscar Robertson, whoever y'all want to pick. That's up to y'all. But he did what he's supposed to do. He tried to stay loyal for a long time, but I feel like it went downhill once they got rid of Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday was a key piece for that team. And when they let him go, I feel like Giannis is already checked out. And then trading Dame away was like, we know we're not going to win. At least with Dame, you had a puncher's chance of, getting out the East. But for Giannis going to the Heat, I don't like that for him. I feel like he should have made a segue trying to go to the 2 teams I wanted him to go to was the Timberwolves or the Celtics. And I think if he would have went to the Celtics, they would be front runners to go out the East. So I was just really surprised that he want to go to Miami because I don't like the fit. I think Miami is lacking shooting. They just signed Tim Hardaway, which is a good shooter, but they need more shooting than that. You can't have a starting 5, Davion Mitchell. You don't know if you're going to re-sign Norman Powell. You just gave Andrew Wiggins a 3-year deal. You got Giannis, he doesn't shoot at all.
Yeah.
And then you got Bam Adebayo. Like, you can't depend on that. And they don't have no depth now. They really gave away a lot of their players, so they're going to try to get a lot of these players off vet minimums to come help their team. So I really don't like the fit. And then the last thing for the Celtics, I feel like the Celtics really did 2 dumb things. I think they fumbled because they didn't want to give up Baylor Shireman and Hugo Gonzalez for Giannis. But I think that's stupid because you could have 2 top 7, top 8 players on the same team in the East. The Eastern Conference, they call it the Eastern Conference because it's not the most hardest conference in the NBA. So I think they dropped the ball with that. And then now you made Jaylen Brown mad because you already had him in trade talks a couple years ago to try to get KD. Y'all didn't get it, and then y'all just did it again. So why would he want to come back to a team that he's really not wanted there? He just came off a second-team All-NBA team, a second seed for the Boston Celtics. Majority of the season, Jason Tatum was gone, and this is how y'all treat him. So if I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm not stepping foot in that facility again unless I'm the opposing team. So if I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm trying to get up out of there as soon as possible. So that's my takeaways from that trade.
I mean, yeah, no, that's some serious analysis, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. The Boston Celtics angle is a real one. I think if you have an opportunity to get Giannis with the roster that they currently have, you go do it. And if all they're asking is for the people that you named, which most people who watch the NBA can't name those 2 players or can't identify them from a can of paint. I mean, I would agree. I think the Heat gave up their shooting and their youth, and then all that's left is like a bunch of athletic vets
Mm-hmm.
who can't shoot that well. And that is definitely not the roster that Giannis needs around him.
Yeah.
That was kind of the problem in Milwaukee. And so it feels like they're building the same thing that failed in Milwaukee. And Bam is a good player, but I don't think the spacing in this NBA, the spacing with Bam and
Fuck
Giannis
Bam.
on the same.
Fuck Bam. Stop
Okay.
saying his name. Bro.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't think the spacing there is a great look. As much as they're going to be a good and a dominant front court in terms of matchups, I just don't think that's going to be winning basketball in terms of threes over twos, in terms of efficiency, defense,
They're going to have to
fouling,
win 65, 63, brother.
and health, man. Like, they're going to have to stay healthy and play a lot and play together a lot. So otherwise, they have to get some shooters and, like, really be able to stretch the floor, and their roster is not made to do that now, and Giannis doesn't necessarily make that better. He makes that worse.
Yeah.
Giannis to the Heat. They gave up Jaime, Hero, Khalil Ware, some cat named Jucacion.
Don't try to pronounce that.
I can't say his name. I'm so sorry. I tried maybe 3 or 4 times.
Y'all chat GPT that, and y'all can do it yourself.
And they gave up 5 picks. It was
Yeah.
3 firsts and 2 seconds, and I think
Way too much.
I mean,
No, I'm talking about for the Heat side. I feel like they gave up way too much. They sacrificed all their depth, like you said.
that's
bunch
the
of
win
picks.
now, though. Them in Toronto, I mean, they're
But
taking
are
a
they
chance
win
at
it?
it.
But
Here's
brother,
my
are
thing,
they
though.
win
We
now,
just saw
though?
this was your point. This was your point last year, right? Like, we just saw the Knicks do it, and they take advantage of, like,
The opportunity.
there's really no team in the East that's just stamping it right now. Are the Knicks going to be that team for the
Brother, but I
foreseeable
don't
future?
even think they is a top 6 team in the East.
But that's my point. So teams at this point are going to, like, let's go get a guy
Yeah.
and go try to do it. And if we build a cool enough roster around a guy who could do it, we may see ourselves there. So I just think this is the year where we're seeing it.
Yeah.
The next team is actually out in the Pacific Northwest. John Morant goes to Portland. What do you think this move means for the team? Their roster construction right now is super guard heavy. They got Danny Avdia. My guy, what's his name? Donovan Clingan.
Yep.
The young cat over there. He actually plays well against the Warriors, which is why I know him. They got Shadon Sharp. They're super athletic. They can defend. I think they did give up Jeremy Grant, though.
Yep. And Chris Murray.
Man, Ja. What do you think about Ja in Portland?
Everybody
seen him in a
hide
minute.
your guns from Ja, please. Whatever you do, hide your guns from Ja. We trying to get him on a straight and narrow. You got a great veteran in Dame, so Dame hopefully, give him the wisdom. Dame is a great veteran, a great player,
Get
top
him in the-
75
get him in the
player all
boxing gym,
time.
Dame.
But keep your guns away from Ja. But on a serious note, I will say that like Khalil just said about the guard play for the Blazers, I think they got at least trade 2 of those guards, because you tried in the roster out with Damian Lillard, Ja Morant, Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, Drew Holiday. That's too many guards. I think they got to see if they. I feel like it's another move coming, and I feel like if they could get Jaylen Brown with, getting rid of those players, that'd be
out of there.
Yeah, that would be nice. So I don't know how that backcourt of Dame and Ja will work, but Dame is one of the greatest shooters of all time. So it could work out. But Denny Avdia just really put the team on his back, and they were just in the playoffs against San Antonio. So it's like you bringing Ja in, he needs the ball. Damian Lillard needs the ball. Now Denny Avdia needs the ball.
The play style, I think the play style might cater to kind of Denny Avdia's game.
Yeah.
You have Dame who can play a little bit more off the ball, play more of a shooting guard role.
Yeah, he definitely can spot up
and
off
just
screens.
shoot a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So it might help stretch their offense out a little bit. But yeah, I think Ja gets a second chance, man. This is it. The last time we seen him on the court, he was mediocre, then he was hurt for a long time. So I don't think like there's gonna be too many chances after this one. You gotta prove it now, or this is a wrap, brother.
He only played 82 games since the last playoff series he was in. It's terrible. Against OKC, that was the last playoff series they was in. And
they got swept.
And one quick thing before we move on, the Memphis Grizzlies gotta be kicking themselves, because they really dropped the ball, and they really could have had a chance to beat OKC. Like the picks that they hit on, they had Jaren Jackson, who won Defensive Player of the Year. You got Desmond Bane is a 3-and-D scorer and defender. You had Dylan Brooks. However you may feel about Dylan Brooks, he could defend your best player on offense and shoot threes. And then you had Ja Morant, who really could have had a chance in the argument to be the face of the league. And when they was playing y'all team in the playoffs,
It was serious.
They was giving y'all a run for y'all money, and then after Ja got hurt, it just went spiral downhill. He had all the little gun stuff, as we already talked about. So it's like they really dropped the ball, and it's sad to see, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. The momentum that he had was huge.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He was a good player. He elevated his team to a playoff level, and then I think some of the character things. I mean, some of it is discretionary, right? Like, how much do you choose to post? How much do you choose to share about your life? How much do you choose to let that kind of be your persona? Not calling the guy a bad cat, but definitely a guy who made some bad decisions. I hope he does well, man. I think the league is better when guys ball out.
Got a chance, though.
This is it. This is it. You got to capitalize on the moment. Ja in Portland.
Like Michael Jackson said, this is it. This is it for Ja. Ja got to get in the lab and come on, stop listening to Young Boy and just work, bro. Just work. You're going to be a Hall of Fame guard in your corner.
Speaking of Young Boy, the last move we're going to talk about is Lamelo to Minnesota. And I just think the energy in Minnesota is going to be nice and healthy for the NBA. I think this is what we need. The demographic of the NBA obviously is brothers, man. And I think sometimes the league tries to ignore that or water that down a little bit. And I think it's healthy and it's beautiful to have blackness in all its shapes and forms be represented on the highest stage, however authentic. And so for these brothers to beat themselves, I just hope LaMelo drives a little safer. You know what I'm saying? And we make a little bit like better decisions. But otherwise, like, I just think it's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Take his keys. That's what, like, hide the guns from Ja. Take the keys from LaMelo. That's where we start off, right? Please.
But otherwise, I think the energy on the court, man, I think it'll bring some dope chemistry for the team. I mean, LaMelo's a big guard, man. Let's not forget. This is a guy with like real measurables in terms of like his potential on the court to impact play defensively, to get to the lane offensively, to stretch the court, to see the court, to have 9 assists, 10 assists, 12 assists a game, and then to drop 30. And I think the reality is he's playing around a good squad now. So he's got guys like Jaden McDaniels who can go out and defend and actually lock up. He's got another superstar next to him, and he's a growing star himself. So I think this is a good opportunity for them. Really, it's gonna have to be in the coach, and they got to pick up another big as well, in my opinion, somebody who could stretch the floor and actually like dribble. They got Nick Claxton and fucking Rudy Gobert, who I'm not a fan of, but they're gonna have to get somebody who could put the ball in the hole. They got rid of Naz Reid, so the reality is it's a good move, in my opinion. I think LaMelo is gonna bring like a lot of energy. It's gonna be one of the most exciting backcourts we've seen in a while. But in order to win, I think keeping the culture and the coaching is going to play a big part of it. And then, you need a big who can score, and right now they don't have one.
So I don't know how this duo is going to fit. I would have wanted maybe 3 to 4 other players alongside to play with Anthony Edwards before I said LaMelo Ball name. I thought they was going to try to get
that.
I thought they was going to try to get Giannis. Giannis was one. That was Giannis' top 3 teams he wanted to go to. The Heat, Celtics, and the Timberwolves. So that would have been nice. I would even like them to try to get Jaylen Brown. That would have been cool. And then another guard, if they would have been able to snag Kyrie Irving, I feel like that would have been cold. You know, Kyrie and Ant, that would have been cold. But I want to talk about one thing about LaMelo. LaMelo is going to have to change his style of play. He's been with the Hornets for 6 years, 7 years, and he's been playing the same, like, reckless basketball.
Yep.
Jacking up shots, turning the ball over a lot, not even attempting to play defense. He's really acting like Luka with that. But you come into a situation where they just came from having been in the Western Conference Finals 2 of the last 3 years. They've been in the playoffs the last 3 years. They need somebody to elevate that team.
Yeah.
And, get timely shots, do buckets, and be a facilitator. I feel like people sleep on LaMelo's passing ability and his playmaking ability. He's a great passer. And I think having them getting easier shots for Anthony Edwards and everybody else, that's going to help. But I just don't know how that's going to mesh together because they're 2 ball-dominant players, and they need the ball to be effective in the game. It's not like Melo is a game like Steph, like he could get off screens and play off ball a lot, do backdoor cuts or whatever. He's primarily just.
I mean, his game is a little bit more fluid than you think. I'm not gonna lie. Like watching him play on offense, his game is a little bit more fluid than just being ball dominant. But I do agree. Like, he's going to have to stop being like one of the more immature players.
You know,
we've
he's
seen.
a high usage player, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. But I think in terms of the immaturity on the court, like, that's going to have to go.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
I think on a better team that's actually competing for something, you will see it a lot less.
And the conference, like we just said, the conference he's in the West, like, he's going to be playing great guards every game damn near.
And it's not the Hornets, brother.
Yeah.
I know it's Minnesota.
Yeah.
I know it's Minnesota, but this is not the Hornets, brother. Like, they are actually, to your
They
point,
could be one
they're
of the,
playing for something.
like you said, they could be one of the best backcourts in the league for sure. But it's like the defensive end, LaMelo got to take it up a notch with that because you're going to be playing against Shea, Curry, Luka.
But here's my thing. He's not a small guy. Like,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, like, give him the opportunity to figure it out in a place that has some expectations for him. Like, where they're trying to actually maximize his potential, not Charlotte, where it's kind of like they're babysitting. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, you got a bunch of young guys figuring it out before they jump out to different teams and actually and play well for different teams. Like, the reality is, like, they're going to be able to set an expectation for him, and he's able to grow into that. That's a 6'7", 6'8" guard who can ball, who can defend, and in my eyes, who can average a 26 and 11. You know what I'm saying? 26 and 10 with a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I really think it's a good opportunity for him. Obviously, there are things that can go wrong. He's got some energy that's a little bit young and that's a little immature. So it's gonna have to go right. That's what I'm saying. The coaching and the culture is gonna be most important.
Two of the last three quick things. The first thing was I told y'all a couple episodes ago about the Timberwolves couldn't bring back this roster, and you see they let go of Julius Randle. Thank the Lord, because he was terrible in the playoff series against the Spurs. Then you got rid of Naz Reid. That one really hurt because Naz Reid can score and stretch the floor like Khalil said earlier. And then the third thing, Rudy Gobert must have the Epstein files on the owner of the Timberwolves because the fact that he didn't survive 3 to 4 seasons of not being traded. Think about all the players that got traded before Rudy Gobert. Julius Randle got traded. Karl Anthony Towns got traded.
Everybody.
Naz Reid got traded. And Rudy Gobert is still here.
Yeah.
So he got to have some dirt on the owner, and I know he got to have something, like the Epstein files, something. He must know who shot or who killed O.J. White or something. I don't know. But
he got the inside scoop.
Yeah,
basically.
Rudy Gobert got a lifelong whatever
line.
For the Timberwolves. But
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And my last thing for you, for all the moves we just talked about, what would you say is the best move, like, out of every move we just talked about? What's your favorite move? Yeah.
Man, my favorite move. I think not my favorite, but the most audacious is Toronto. I think did Kawhi had a no trade clause? Like, this is a straight up.
No, I don't know if he had a no trade clause, but I know he wanted to go there. I heard he wanted to go there or San Antonio.
I was about to say they just brought him over there, like, bring your
your
ass back.
Right.
Man, I mean, I'm not the hugest guy.
Yeah.
I think the last time we saw him healthy, it just wasn't that amazing in my eyes. But I do think just objectively, what that could do for that team if he's anything close to what he used to be. If Ja is
Ja, yes.
If he's 88, 85% of what he used to be, 90% of what he used to be.
He's still young.
No, super young. I'm it's going to be a little crazy.
If
you know what
they
I'm
keep
saying?
Drew Holiday and Dame's for sure going to stay there. If Drew Holiday and Dame's there, you got two good veterans. One is a championship, one of the best defenders ever, and then Dame is a top 75 player. So it's you can learn from them.
Yeah. I mean, Ja can ball, though. That's
for sure.
kind of the thing. He can ball, and I think the reality is, it's been a while since we've seen it. And that's the problem. Is this will be the last stop. This will be the last stop. If there's no good ball now, then it's 5 years since we've seen you play well, and that just doesn't age well in the league. So, in my opinion, this is kind of the biggest risk and reward. You know what I'm saying? You take a big swing, and if it works, I think it'll really, really pay off. Portland made that 8 seed.
Yep.
And for them to take somewhat of a jump to go from 8 to 6 or 8 to 5, man, it might be good guard play or it might be, you know what I'm saying? So they took a swing here.
They got a nice backcourt too. So yeah, I agree with you.
What about you?
I would go with Kawhi as far as fit wise of the team. So that would be mine.
Yep. Man, a couple guys in transition, probably or possibly.
Yeah, that's what I've been wanting to talk about, baby. That's what I've been wanting to talk about.
Man, got to keep us on track here in terms of time because I'm like, we go
Come
all
on.
day on this.
Come
But
on,
man,
baby.
where does LeBron go?
So it's a great day for me. You see, I'm repping my Lakers. Laker fan till I die, man. You already know I've been rocking with the Lakers since I came out the womb. That might have been my first word, but it's a great day, man. I'm happy LeBron is gone. Good riddance, good luck in your future endeavors, but it was been time for him to move on. Kick rocks, buddy. Hit the road, Jack. But I feel like the most likely team, it would be, I'll probably say Golden State or the Cavaliers. I feel like that. I feel
with that, but we don't. Yeah.
I feel like the Cavs. If I was him, I don't know what he's chasing. If he's chasing winning, I think he should go to the Cavs because the Cavs was right there in the second round with the Knicks, or actually they was in the second round with the Knicks or whatever. So I would go with them. Or I'm lying. They could have went to the finals, the conference finals. Sorry about that. But I feel like you come back, you have Mobley, you got Donovan Mitchell, you got Jared Allen. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with James Harden, but it looked like they're going to bring him back. So I would go to the Cavs. But if he want to just have fun, I think he goes to the Warriors because as you've seen in that Olympic run, him and Steph was having so much fun playing together. So, and Draymond is, Draymond loves LeBron. So I feel like he might go to the Warriors if he's, still trying to have fun. What about you?
I don't personally. LeBron can go ahead and take his ass home. He can go to Cleveland. I don't understand like the heist a lot of Warriors fans that want LeBron to come. To the Warriors.
I was shocked. That's like public enemy number one for y'all.
I don't understand y'all in the least bit. Like I don't understand what rock y'all just crawled up from under. But we do not like this nigga. Like, I just don't. I don't get it, blood. Like it is not sweet, bro. We do not want you over here. That's what's up. I do not want to see LeBron driving. Oh, what you mean we don't like, bro? No, I don't want to see LeBron driving nowhere in the town, nowhere in Frisco. Go ahead, get with that. Because here's the reality, right? Like, I don't think as a fan of Stephen Curry or as a fan of Michael Jordan or what. I don't think you want to see that person playing with the person they were playing against for so long. I don't think there was any moment where like somebody who was a Tim Duncan fan like wanted to see Tim Duncan play with Kobe. And conversely, like, nah, I'm cool off that. Like
Kobe going to play with the Celtics.
I'm
the
cool.
Big Three Celtics.
Or a Dirk fan being like, yeah,
let's go play with Tim Duncan.
Why would nobody wants to see that? So in my heart of hearts, I just think that's like the competitor in me.
Yeah.
But also like, bruh, like, be cool, bruh. Like, go on somewhere. Like, I feel like he's always trying to jump to a certain shit. And not that I'm calling it, because, yes, he is a great, absolute great basketball player who's won chips everywhere he's been. But, man, he be trying to, like, tool some teams together and be the GM and all. Bruh, go on ahead, get on with that, bruh. Go on, keep it pushing. We don't even, peace, bruh. So, that's what I really think. Go to Cleveland, bruh. Go home. You probably gonna be real competitive if he go to Cleveland. Like they need some organization and some leadership in the playoffs because they don't be knowing what to do every time they get to the playoffs.
So analyst wise,
or go to Atlanta.
A basketball savant that you are.
No, hold on. Or go to Atlanta.
Yeah, nobody want to see that. But I'm asking you seriously, like.
No, nobody wants to see it. I'm just telling him to go and get on.
So hypothetically, by the time this episode come out and LeBron is announced that he goes to the Warriors, how would you feel fit wise is like playing together though, like X's and O's? I'm not even talking about your personal feelings as him being on the team, like X's and O's. How do you think that will help your team?
If everybody is healthy, I think it'll be great.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why in a minute because the most important pieces come later.
Okay. Cool.
All right, but I'm not trying to see that at all. Like I think.
All y'all Warriors fans that was teasing me about LeBron being on my team, because everybody know I'm a diehard Kobe fan. Y'all know I did not want this dude on my team. Now y'all might have to deal with this.
I think this speaks to why Steph is one of the greatest players to ever play. In basketball history.
Everybody want to go play with Steph.
Everybody want to go play with Steph.
Bron and Steph fans clicking up. I thought I'd never see the day.
But I'm not clicking. See, that's the thing. I'm not clicking up with Bron fans. I think they are.
I need to go play the lotto, bro.
Hey, Bron fans. I never
thought I was gonna see this.
Like OG Bron fans would like make like the meme art of like dead Warriors players or some shit like that. I'd be like, yo, y'all are kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Shout out my boy Keem though, man. Keem would be here right now,
He'd
man.
be arguing
Warriors
down.
and the Cavs or Warriors and Brown. Oh man, that would be hilarious. No, for sure.
The next one, man, is Jaylen Brown. Where does Jaylen Brown go?
Okay, so I got 3 landing spots that I would like to see him go. My favorite one would be the Denver Nuggets. I think if they do a Jaylen Brown for Jamal Murray and throw in Christian Brown or Aaron Gordon, I think that helps the Nuggets tremendously. I think having a wing that could get his own and play defense with Jokic, I just feel like Jokic always flame out, or he don't flame out in the playoffs, but he get tired or whatever. When every time he play the Timberwolves, that's like his kryptonite. Yeah. He don't have nobody that can help him. Like Murray has these stretches where he's averaging 10 points in the series, 12 points in the series. And I feel like the only time Jamal Murray played good in the playoffs is when he played against my team, and he always is freaking killing us. But I feel like if Jaylen Brown went to the Nuggets, I feel like that would help. Second team will be the Portland Trail Blazers. Like I said earlier, I feel like having him and having that could really be his own team. And I feel like Jaylen Brown wants to show everybody and prove that he could be a number 1 option. So if that's being the case, the third team will be where he's from, Atlanta. I think if he went to Atlanta, that would be his team. He would be the number 1 option. And, they'd still be in the East. He'd get the battle against the Celtics and prove why he won Finals MVP. If people act like he didn't win Finals MVP. And so I would love to see those be my 3 landing spots for him. What about you?
Those would be some good landing spots. I think I'm gonna stay on the Celtics here for a second.
Okay.
Listen, man, I think it's really interesting to signal to a player who kind of just held it down for a season.
For sure.
And then the star player that he kind of held it down for came back. Y'all kind of adjusted the offense to the player who kind of came back.
Got upset in the first round.
And then he got hurt, so then you had to go on and play without him anyway.
Yep.
And then to be like, nah, like, we gonna trade you because we don't need you. And like, we've already kind of signaled to you that we don't really need you, and now we gonna, like, I just think that's really, really interesting. And so now there's a point of leverage that I think he's trying to hold. But the reality is, like, the Celtics are gonna, like, draw this. Like, I'm not about to send you to where you want to go. You ain't about to dictate or decide nothing. And I think they're gonna look for whatever, like, big return they can get. For him is what they're gonna send him to. So I think the reality is, if they can get a haul out of a team, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they can get a haul out of Orlando, if they can get a haul out of, I mean, and Toronto was actually one of my teams before today for him. Like, they're going to send him to wherever the hell, and they don't care if they can get some 4 picks, 2, 3 players. The reality is there's a couple teams that may not be contending for real. But he might have a chance to go have a team, and I think the Bucks might be another spot that sends the Celtics a whole bunch of assets and is like, goodbye, and they banish him off to Wisconsin. So that's kind of the reality. I think there's a bad relationship between him and ownership because he represents himself well as a black man who has a level of, like, business acumen and know what he's doing and know what he's talking about in the space. And I don't think they're trying to give him any say in what he does. And so I think it'll be a good situation, not a great one. And I think that'll be partly because of how they've treated the situation with him. That's it for transitions, for NBA trades, for the offseason moves. Talking about the post-draft, just early reactions, man. The draft was pretty dope. We knew who was going first for sure, but we saw some cats fly off the board early. Who were some folks who kind of, who you focused on a little bit, who flew off the board or went to a team that made you do a double take and be like, that might be a great pick?
My favorite pick of the draft would be Darius Jacob going to the Kings. Yep. I feel like it's a perfect landing spot for him. You get to go with 2 veterans if they sign back Russ, but if they do, you get to go with Russ and DeMar DeRozan. They've been in the league, future first ballot Hall of Famers, 20,000 points scored. They both can get buckets. So, Darius Acuff is a bucket getter. So going there, I think they could, have a chance to lift the franchise. I know Sacramento has been bad for a long time. So I like that pick, and I think he might have the chance to be the best player in the draft. And then another person would be A.J. DeBansa.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier, A.J. DeBansa is going into a situation that a lot of first overall picks don't go into. Usually they go to a bad franchise. The Wizards are a bad franchise, but I'm saying
they got some good pieces.
They got pieces around him.
Yeah. You
got AD, you got Trae Young, you got Alex Sarr, you got A.J. Johnson. You got a lot of players. So I just feel like, if they were if they just do what they need to do and let him develop and blossom into his own, I think he could be good for them. They in the Eastern Conference, so you never know. They could make a play in or whatever. They got 2 players that's ready to play right now. Long as
They got
AD,
some good young guys,
long as
too.
AD is not, hurt.
Bilal, Keyshawnte
Yeah,
George. They got some good young guys.
So it just, I like that. And, I like the Lakers pick too. I feel like we need shooting and athleticism. That's what we're lacking. The 3 needs of the Lakers is size, athleticism, and shooting. So
He's
I feel
sneaky too.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be my pick. What about you?
So Darius Acuff, actually one of my favorite college players last year. Man, John Calipari knows how to pick him.
Yep.
And I think folks are following him to Arkansas. Like him being at Arkansas ain't gonna be no damn issue. They know, like, cats know what's up. We get to John and we about to go to the league. But this cat is crazy bag work. I think his ability to score is professional. He has so much precision with the ball that I'm like, yo, you could trust him at the 1, at the 2, and I think he can start early for your team or develop really quickly off the bench. Now, I don't agree that the Kings are the perfect landing spot. I think it gives him a good position to develop for sure. But that organization is the Sacramento Kings. So the reality is, yeah, he's gonna have to get real lucky with what happens there. So that was one of my guys who was the one where I'm like, turn on the tape.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is the guy who
You're
you're like,
getter.
wow, okay, different. And it's not just like pure athleticism, right? The 2 folks I want to talk about, obviously Warriors, but here we go, man. It's been a long time since like we turned on the tape and the Warriors actually drafted 2 guys from college who like played in college and were guys on their team, and like either the guy or one of them guys on their team. You get Yaxel Lindenberg, freaking 6'8", 6'9", super big wing player now. He used to play at UAB and was a center, so he's got some foundation inside. The Warriors need that because we need offensive and defensive rebounding. We need some interior defense. And we need a wing who could just attack the bucket and who knows how to get inside. The second dude is Leger Jones from Florida State, a lefty, 6'7", sharpshooter, and stupid athletic, never scared to attack the basket. He's got some dumb highlights just dunking over cats, and had a dope game against Duke in the tournament. But I just gotta say, it's been a while since like you watch the draft as a Warriors fan. You're like, oh, I got some guys who actually like can ball. You roll at the rock and they got moves. They can get to the basket. And they can play physically. We got a lot of guys that go left and right, but not a lot of guys who go downhill. So,
and y'all need depth right now, especially if y'all trying to get Bron. Y'all need somebody that could, regular season, that's not where y'all worried about. I worry about the postseason. So having some younger people that could play, that's important. Anybody better than Pods too, by the way.
And both of these guys are better than Pods right now. But I do think because these guys are 22 and 24, the reality is like we're going for guys who have multiple years in college, who played in a developed system, who can like operate with or without the ball, who have comfortability sliding into multiple positions, and can make this transition hopefully seamlessly. Like I think you usually try to like, all right, we think this guy's going to be good. But the reality is an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old is going to just need time physically, is going to need time to understand the plays, understand the rhythm of the game, and to just get acclimated. And I think the hope is these guys can do that quicker because they're older and more mature. So those are my takeaways from the draft. But I think both of us may agree that Darius Acuff is the most slept on in terms of the guy who might have fell a little low.
Yeah.
Man, before we cut the tape, Tay, what's your song of the day?
Ooh. Y'all lucky my phone dropped, but it's Deuces, Chris Brown. Shout out to LeBron. It's a tribute to you. Deuces, Kick Rocks, chunking up the Deuces. That's my song of the day. It's a great day, Laker Nation. We back. All the real Laker fans could come back. I know some of y'all left after Bron got here. And all the fake LeBron fans, whatever, fake Laker fans, y'all could go to y'all next destination, please. Exit stage left.
You leaving y'all with nothing, too.
Yes.
Leaving y'all with nothing. Just
get rid of
home.
Bronny, by the way, too. Get rid of him. We don't want him. He could go.
Y'all starting 5 finna be Austin Reeves,
Vando,
Luka Doncic, Jack. What's his name?
Jake LaRavia.
Jake LaRavia, Dalton Connect, and y'all got another white dude.
Nah, we lost Luke Kennard. So yeah.
That's hecka funny. Yeah. My song of the day is All Hustle, No Luck by Lil Trigger, 500K. Bro, I've been working out to this song. It's my favorite shit ever. Yo, that's a wrap. for episode 6, man. We've been active for season 2. Trying to keep it going for y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's the Stand On It podcast. We're going to catch you next week.
Appreciate all the love, man. Y'all keep comment, subscribe, send the pod out. We about to have some more guests. We got a lot of stuff lined up, man. We can't wait for y'all to see what's coming up next. So we appreciate the support, and that's a wrap.
Peace.
You pick the side, I just hope you gon' stand on it.